Yo, what's good everybody? Matt's back. We've got a world exclusive for you today. Brand new fragrance, just launched literally the last few weeks. We're hoping it's going to be a banger. It's Jean-Christophe Hérault. It's our dude. I'm being a bit more careful with some of the sort of buys I'm making lately. We had the French Avenue one in the last video I did. Scorpio. I thought that was really an excellent fragrance for the money, but not one I was probably going to use, so I've passed that one on. There's a couple of other ones I've actually sort of passed on lately because I'm just not enjoying them as much as like the likes of a more Citron, you know, my very, very favourite ones from him. So we've done a little bit of rejiggling. I got rid of a couple to get this new one in because this new one is not a cheap purchase. On the higher side, I'd say the bottle, the presentation, the whole brand sort of justifies the price on the surface. So we're going to see if the scent he's done for them today is, you know, worthy of, you know, any hype. I hope basically it's going to be a brand new unboxing. Here's the box for it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to spray it for the first time. Hopefully, we're gonna be happy with our with our blind buy. Yeah, the notes and the sort of, you know, it's Jean-Christophe, the notes that's in here. I'm really hoping I'm going to like this one. It could go all the way to like a love potentially. I'm quite optimistic we're going to enjoy this. So a little bit of backstory. Obviously, you see the video title. The house is called Solférino, Paris. It's a brand new house. They just launched, I think, in the last sort of month or so. It's actually like a sort of a pretend sort of. There's no history to this house per se. What it is one of the major fragrance distributors into parfums, which is like a giant. You know, it's a really giant company. They've thought they want to have a stab at, you know, the sort of, you know, the luxury niche sort of end of the market. So they've come up with their own like line and their own theme, and sort of there's sort of a backstory to it. It's all locations in like Paris and stuff that they're based around. They have 10 perfumes. They're all numbered 1 to 10. They've got top master perfumers involved from different, you know, fragrance houses. Obviously, the Jean-Christophe one piqued my interest. I found it on Google when I was sort of Googling what he's been up to, if he's done any new things. This one came up. It looks like it's going to be a tea-based fragrance. It's got some greenness. I'll tell you guys the notes and everything. Anyway, after my experience with one of his other fragrances that's like a tea fragrance, sort of a green tea one. If you guys watch my top 10 Jean-Christophe fragrances, it was in there. It's Kenzo's Poudre Matcha. This one I think is really, really good. I really enjoy this. You can see, look at this bottle. I've got another one, but I've rinsed this bottle out. This one's absolutely gorgeous. It has such a refined sort of blend to it. It's a little bit creamy. Well, I don't think this new one is going to have any creaminess to it. It's a little bit creamy, very light sort of fragrance. It has a slightly green toasted vibe. Very, very beautiful, very easy to wear, very light. It is a skin scent, but it's just such a beautiful piece of work, this one. So Poudre Matcha, we've had some experience with Jean-Christophe doing a tea fragrance already, like a green tea fragrance. So Kenzo's Poudre Matcha is a potential point of comparison, or just something that, you know, sort of gives me more confidence I'm going to like this. I'm just going to pull out another tea fragrance in my collection because tea fragrances aren't normally my thing. I've tried a few that I didn't really enjoy too much. But this one, guys, if you like the kind of things I like, this is called the Brun. It's now, I think it's borderline discontinued. So if this sounds like something you'd like, go buy it now before the bottles, you know, are gone, because I don't think they're going to produce this one anymore. The nose is Pierre Bourdon. Where it smells something like a smoky version of like Millésime Imperial crossed with Silver Mountain Water. It's got that sort of fruitiness to it, but a very sort of smoky, wet, like tea note in the dry down. It's kind of unusual. It's really good. I enjoy this immensely because, you know, I love Millésime Imperial. This one's an absolutely incredible scent. I haven't spoke about this yet. Only just got the bottle of this like last year. I found like a cheap tester. I instantly got it because I needed to try it. I'm so glad I got hold of this. I might even buy another one at some point because it's so good. If I can, you know, find it for a good price. But yeah, the Brun, another tea fragrance that I really enjoy. This is not your usual tea fragrance. It has a note of the tea is like a black tea that they use in this. But yeah, it's sort of a dark tea basically. So on to the Solférino fragrance, Jean-Christophe's one. It's number 3 in the line. It's called the Palais Royal. It's like a royal palace. It's the sort of iconography from it with like leaves and the notes for it. We've got top note ambrette. So you sort of typical clean, musky sort of note. So we're going to get some sort of clean vibes from it, which we expect. The middle note's oolong tea. So it's going to be a darker, earthier tea potentially. And the base note is vetiver. Those notes, there's only 3 notes in the official note listing, but in the blurb, and I'll read you guys the blurb now. We've got a blurb which says, okay, we've got blah, blah, blah. We've got the brand's blurb. It just says sort of what the pictures for it is and stuff. The sort of concept for it, a fragrance of light evoking a cup of tea shared away from prying eyes under the arcades surrounding the sumptuous garden of this historic site. So it's like a palace is the sort of like, you know, sort of what they're going for. And then, okay, the sort of the blurb, which gives us some more insight into what's in the scent. An oolong tea, both musky and woody, which perfectly illustrates lush gardens of this mythical and historical place, the Palais Royal. Like a ray of sunshine filtering through the garden columns, citrus fruits reveal their dazzling radiance, an invitation to enjoy oolong tea with its refined floral and woody notes. The powdery ambrette seed enhances its noble character, while jasmine mirrors the warmth of the sun and the skin. The unique depth of vetiver and the softness of musk complete this dreamlike experience. So that sounds pretty damn good to me. It says everything about this sounds good. We've got extra notes which weren't in the sort of the official note breakdown. We've got bergamot. It mentions citrus. Bergamot is definitely a citrus here because there's a picture of a bergamot in the sort of one of the promotional images of it. So we've got bergamot / citrus. We've got jasmine. We know we're going to like that because Jean-Christophe's like, you know, best scents normally have a jasmine note. Aventus, namely. But yeah, jasmine, he's very good with a jasmine note. And then musk as well as vetiver in the base. So overall, we sound like we're going to have a really nice scent. It hasn't got any sugary notes, hasn't got vanilla. I wonder how this is going to smell. If we're going to get more powderiness, if we're going to get any fruitiness, how green it's going to get. You know, I can't wait. So I'm kind of going to do it on the video with you guys. We just got it through today from Selfridges in the UK, who have an exclusive on this line at the moment. I ordered it last night. It came today. It came very fast. I had a bit of problem on their website, to be honest. One of the sort of discount codes wasn't working for the free shipping, but once that worked, and I don't know what happened, but I logged out, logged back in, ordered it like late last night, and it came this afternoon. So props to Selfridges. That turnaround is really fast. Like I got this almost within 12 hours of ordering it. So we're pretty happy with that. This line come in 125 mils and 70 mil sizes. The prices in the UK is £230. I believe it's €260, the euro price. And then the 70 mil is £140, and probably €160 or something. So quite an expensive buy per mil. So you got £2 a mil and then it's almost £2 a mil for the larger size. The larger size is not particularly more economical if you were just looking to, you know, it's called sample it. But, you know, I had some people, like, I'm doing some decants for people. And to be honest, the larger size bottle looked more luxurious. It looked like it fit the cap that it came with because the cap was the same with the smaller bottle. So I just thought, let's just get the big one. I like the look of the bottle. I like the sound of the scent. All that's left now is to like smell it. So here we go. Solférino Paris, the Palais Royal, Jean-Christophe's latest creation. They actually announced this line last year, so there's a chance this scent might have been done quite a while ago, or maybe it was being worked on then. So this might be a scent that's just been in the can for a minute, which you know, they haven't launched yet. So we've opened the box. The box is beautiful, very high quality sort of finishing, sort of gold. It's got the picture for the, I presume that's the Palais Royal, and it's like a little table with some little glasses of tea there. So you've got a nice little artwork. They've got like a logo. You can't quite see that. It's the light is poor, but it's a nice little logo on the top. And yeah, beautiful presentation. You're going to see the bottle come out. Here it is. Ooh, that is a lovely looking bottle. We like the look of this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a beautiful bottle. Chunky. Let's get it out. It's stuck. Can we get it out? Is it going to come out? It's well lodged in the presentation. Okay, bottle out. That's fair. That's fairly well jammed in there. So we got the bottle. It's got this lovely like green hue to the juice. I don't know how well you can see that. There's a green hue to the juice. There's a sort of like metal sort of embossing on the top with the Solférino logo. Is this magnetic? It's not magnetic. It doesn't matter. It's fine. And we got this like little green, like you can see, like just under the sort of where the sprayer is. There's this like little gridged like green bit. I don't know if that's different colours for the different ones in the line. I think that's like a bit of fabric there that's been attached. Yeah, loving this bottle. Lovely shape as well. This is the 125ml size. Fits wonderfully in the hand. Looks great. Feels great. You know, they're launching a niche. This is a big like perfume company launching a niche line, so I would expect them to have, you know, great quality sort of presentation, and that's exactly what it is. There's a little like logo there etched into the glass as well, sort of embossed in the glass. It's sort of raised there. Yeah, lovely looking bottle. Love to see it. And then you got the nice little label there, the Palais Royal Solférino 03. So it's the third fragrance in the line. You don't have a mention of the perfumer per se. They're not doing that, but you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Jean-Christophe ones normally. All right. So let's have a spray. Let's have a spray and see what I get. Here we go. Sorry for the long build up, but you know, we're only going to do this once. We're going to have a true first impression. Let's get it. Yeah. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is really good. Yeah, this is something like, it's actually close to Poudre Matcha. It's actually much closer to Poudre Matcha than I thought it'd be. It has that sort of green, that sort of creamy green blast off the top. Very classy smelling, very luxurious smelling. It fits the sort of motif of the brand. Yeah, you can tell this is a Jean-Christophe jam. I think it's very much in his style. Let's have another go. That is a beautiful opening. It's quite a zingy opening. It's got, I said it's a creamy green blast, but it's actually got more, definitely got a hit of citrus in there, but it doesn't overpower the sort of the tea. The tea is very much coming through immediately, and it's a very realistic tea note. I did think this would have more of a tea note going on to it than the Poudre Matcha. So basically, yeah, basically this is like I was kind of right to bring this one out. This is very much, I very much consider this to be in the same, like, you know, this is almost, these could be like, you know, these are in the same family basically. These could be like twins. This is, this one's a little more masculine smelling. I like it a lot. I'm not going to say, I'm not, first impression is it's not the most amazing, like, Jean-Christophe creation thus far. But it's very refined. It's very, I really like the tea note. The tea note's very realistic. Soft, calming, like, yeah, it's very soft and calming. Very three-dimensional. Really beautiful. Yeah, this would fall into a category. This would be a tea scent that I will wear. You know, I will rock. Let's give it the full. Let's go all out. Give myself a good dose of it. What an opening! The opening's great. When you catch some of the citrus in the opening, it's really good. Yeah. Very kind of sharp and citrusy off the opening. And then the very much like the oolong tea is a middle note. It's very like, I can feel that the scent is like built around the tea note. So you're getting what's on the sort of, you're getting what, you know, you're getting a tea note. If you want a tea fragrance, this is a tea fragrance. And yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Maybe it's, you know, for people looking for this kind of thing, maybe it's a little expensive for just sort of what you could call a relatively straightforward tea fragrance. maybe. Like, that would be maybe something that people might, you know, they might not think it's justified at the price level, but the blending of this, let me just try and dig into like how it actually smells a bit more. So like I said, zingy citrus off the top, and then very much a tea leaf, sort of a tea leaf, but it's not. I wouldn't say this goes dark or smoky very much. It's kind of very well balanced between a sort of a creamy vibe with the musk and the floral. I definitely get some of the sort of the jasmine sweetening it up. So it's very well balanced between the sweetness and the creaminess, and then there's the earthiness of the tea, the oolong tea, and I guess the vetiver is sort of reinforcing that, but it's not. Yeah. It's not excessively like smoky at all, and it's quite realistic. It smells of tea. It for sure smells of tea, more so than the Poudre Matcha. The Poudre Matcha had a little thing going on with this sort of like roasted sort of thing, but it was a little more in the background. This one, the tea is sort of like front and center here. Absolutely gorgeous smell. Yep, I love it. It's not massively like potent. It's not that kind of scent. It's a little more. There's a little more to it than Poudre Matcha, which I said is more of a skin scent. This one is not bombastic. This is not like hugely strong, but it smells. It smells gorgeous. It smells really calming. It's what you want if you want. It's what you want if you want a tea fragrance. I don't regret the purchase. Just so you guys know, I'm not looking to sort of sell this on straight away. There's a few that I've got which I'm like, nah, I don't really. But this is a worthy addition to the sort of his oeuvre, as it were. Let's give it another spray. Yeah, that opening's beautiful. Love the opening. Very green and zingy in the opening. I love that opening. And then it sort of it immediately gets much more smoother and creamy with the tea note. Totally fits the aesthetic of the sort of brand and the bottle and all the sort of pictures for it with the Palais and all of this stuff. This is very much capturing what I imagine they were going for, what Jean-Christophe was going for. Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's Poudre Matcha is obviously a lot more affordable, but if you're looking for like an even higher, I would describe this as like a slightly more masculine leaning, like higher end version of this, basically. I can tell he's definitely built on what he did with Poudre Matcha with this. I didn't think it would be quite such a sort of a close analogy to that, but I'm glad we sort of pointed that out. Yeah, and it's sort of like the dry down, you've got this sort of juxtaposition between the sort of the greenness and the creaminess. It's very much, yeah, sort of a mellow creamy tea note, and then that like earthy greenness is sort of like settles into that. Really beautiful. It's probably not like massively unique. I like I said, I don't normally enjoy tea fragrances per se, and this by no means is like my favorite ever fragrance. But as far as tea fragrances go, this is a damn good one for sure. As far as the ones I've smelled, yeah, very natural, very realistic. Yeah, I'm loving it. That's going to be about the length that I can sort of go to. I think I'm going to need to try it out. Try it out in more depth. See how it wears, but just a perfect sort of like clean aroma, and definitely for the tea lovers, for the people that like a tea fragrance, might be something that they really enjoy. It might be like even potentially a holy grail tea fragrance. It's very well blended, as expected. It's very natural. It's got creaminess. It's got earthiness to it. It's got a sort of a smoothness. And yeah, it's a cousin to Poudre Matcha, and you know how much I love Poudre Matcha. I would say maybe the smell of Poudre Matcha is, maybe I like the smell of Poudre Matcha a little bit more, but Poudre Matcha is very soft. This one, This one has a little more, I would say there's a little more substance to it potentially. So it's like a slightly stronger version. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Jean-Christophe, for another brilliant creation. Fits the brief. Yeah, I'm going to spray it again. Ooh, that opening. I always love his openings. That is one gorgeous opening. So good, so good. Yeah, beautiful fragrance. I'm not disappointed. I got what I expected. I thought it might have got a bit even more sort of earthy. It doesn't get terribly earthy. It's very smooth. Like I said, it's very smooth and creamy almost. Yeah, but beautiful. If you're looking for sort of a lighter tea fragrance, if you want like a black tea or a smoky tea, this is probably not the one. Even though there's oolong tea in the notes, it's not excessively sort of earthy or dark. It's quite, yeah, it's just soft and green, and it fits all the sort of images with all the sort of leaves and sort of like, you know, it fits in with the image of being sort of a, what did the blurb say? It said a fragrance of light. That's a very good. That's a good descriptor for it. And I'm feeling like I'm burying my nose in it, and I'm feeling like that greenness is sort of like in and out as well. It's like sometimes it's creamy, other times there's more of that sort of like natural greenness. I guess the vetiver poking itself out. Yeah, really gorgeous, really gorgeous. Top recommendation for this one. But you've got to like something in this style. You've got like a tea fragrance or a light sort of clean fragrance. But if you're looking for, yeah, I'm definitely going to recommend this to people who like tea fragrances. And one of the people that like I'm doing a decant for, she really loves tea fragrances. I think they're gonna love this one. So yeah, there's my first impressions for Solférino's the Palais Royal. This is the first ever review of this on YouTube. I'm the first person that's going to have a written review on Fragrantica. Not to sort of toot my horn, but you know, just so you guys know, we're checking these out because these are things we're interested in. We're not an influencer. We're not trying to be, you know, sort of an influencer being gifted these things. I'm genuinely, you know, pursuing these things because we're interested in Jean-Christophe's work. We're interested in the kind of things, you know, he's putting out, and this is gorgeous. It very much is like it's an even greener version of Poudre Matcha. Poudre Matcha has a little green vibe, but it has vanilla as well, and it gets a little creamy and sort of pudding-like. This one doesn't have a pudding-like sort of cream. It's a little bit creamy, but it doesn't smell sweet. It's more the creaminess is more balanced with the green notes. I guess that's about as good as I can do for now, I'm afraid. But yeah, they're going to be my first impressions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyone who's looking out for this, if you're in the UK, you can hit me up and I can sort you out a sample or a decant. I can do that. I'm happy to do of most of the things I talk about. You know, I can normally do samples and things. This one is definitely something I would love to sample, but you know, we're not going to be able to sample it. No one's going to be buying this and splitting it as such. I'm going to have to be the first person. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I think it's very unisex. I think women love this one as well. I think this is right down the middle. If anything, I would say it's kind of like Poudre Matcha. It might be like slightly feminine leaning. For me, it's not a problem because I like the scent profile. I like the blending, but probably slightly feminine leaning, if anything. But if you're a guy who likes tea fragrances, you'd probably enjoy it as well. You'd probably think it was very, very appropriate and sort of, you know, maybe on my skin. Yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. All right, so Solférino's Palais Royal. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back on the next one. I haven't done a fragrance video for a minute. The next video is probably going to be Musc Couture. I've already pre-ordered and paid for that. So next, I think the launch is the end of September. Jack Fath sent me an email actually trying to sort of invite me to the opening and stuff, but because they've got a new branch. But obviously, I'm not going to go to France just for that. I don't think. Yeah, Musc Couture is going to be the end of September. I think I have got the pre-order, so maybe I get it maybe mid-September kind of time. But next time you see me, I'm going to be smelling Musc Couture. You know, we'll do a Musc Couture first impression, and hopefully I'm loving that because I'm actually enjoying Secret de Musc at the moment quite a bit. Another one of his musky fragrances, and also the Spice Bomb. The Spice Bomb Metallic Musk is another Jean-Christophe musk which is absolutely banging. I can see why people are praising this one, because it's super wearable. I love it. Secret de Musc even better, even better than this one, but obviously price wise quite a bit higher as well. So yeah, that's going to be my piece. Beautiful fragrance here. Thank you, Jean-Christophe, again, blessing us up with another beautiful creation. And yeah, we'll see you probably next month for Musc Couture when that comes in. All right.